I'm here this morning to tell you a little bit about the growth of Rovio as a company, how we got to where we are, and our outlook on Asia, as well as a little bit on our animation strategy going forward. But as this is an audiovisual market and the Year of the Dragon is still going on, I think we could start with a video. Please. Thank you. But what is this company actually that has these red hoodies and makes all these videos? Well, a few words on Rovio Entertainment in general. The company was founded in 2003 as a mobile games developer and has grown from the roughly 12 people of December 2009 when the Angry Birds Classic game came out to the around 500 people that we are today globally. And the game has been, and all of our titles since then have been phenomenally successful. We crossed the 1 billion downloads mark in May this year, which was a huge milestone for us. We are averaging 200 million monthly active users at this point, and our YouTube channel has racked in 850 million views in total. And after witnessing this sort of success, some journalists have coined the phrase of mobile blockbuster, and we've been very happy to repeat that success again with Angry Birds Star Wars, which was our latest release last month, which went to the #1 spot in the US in just 2.5 hours. Very, very exciting stuff. But of course, this didn't come together overnight. As I said, the company was founded already 2003 and had made 51 games before Angry Birds Classic came out. And with all that experience, there was a lot of things learned, past mistakes and also past successes that went into developing the Angry Birds Classic game. And with that success, actually, we were able to then refocus and turn the company into what it is today, which is a proper entertainment business with adding new units for animation, publishing, consumer products, and location-based entertainment. And last year we did a bit over 100 million USD in revenue, and we had a split of roughly 70 to 30% between games and our physical products. And if you think about the strategy of the company from our point of view, the games are still the centerpiece. Some companies go about introducing IPs through television or through film, and we basically use the same model, but just from a different angle. We go in through games and then diversify from there. And this has been a very successful model for us, especially here in Asia. And this is a very nice picture of Shanghai in September. The city was a bit greener than usual then. It was for the celebration of our Bad Piggies game launch, and just goes to show you what you can do with great partners. Also, an interesting thing to look at is our success in South Korea. Smartphone penetration is 95%, but of that amount of smartphones, you actually have over 100% of coverage for Angry Birds titles. So big thank you also to our South Korean fans at this point. Very interesting thing is also to note that China is actually nowadays our largest market by the number of users, and it's an extremely important part of our growth strategy in Asia and worldwide. Excuse me. And one approach that we are actually taking is that we want to adopt Chinese history and Chinese culture and bring it to the world through our games, through our merchandise, animation, and our location-based entertainment. One example of a high-profile cooperation case that we did was the campaign with Coca-Cola China that we worked with them this summer. And it was a good example of what you can get when all of the different business units from Rovio work together. And let's have a look at the contribution from the animation studio to that campaign. Please roll video. That's for the numbers and company background part, but what is Rovio then actually about? Well, the company is about evoking emotions, and any entertainment actually, any proper entertainment is about getting an emotional response from your audience. And we're also about not just entertaining, but also about engaging. We're about listening and interacting. And we believe in dialogue over monologue in interaction. And we want to provide all sorts of inspiration and different channels and tools for our fans to really fire up their creativity and then feed that back to us and for us to be able to come up with more meaningful and exciting products for our fans. And the key is, of course, to connect with your audience on a continuous in a continuous way, because that's the only way that you can really turn them into fans. And this is a lady I met in Shanghai last year. She came up to me and probably showed me her screen of full 3 stars on every level of one of our games. And it's really humbling every time that people come up to me and you know, thank me for some of our products, because it's amazing to see how deeply people care about the games and about our characters. So thanks to any players out there who are attending. But really the fans are the focus of our company. We would be nothing without them. And keeping them committed to our characters and to our brand is the most important task that we have. And in order to reach that goal, we need to keep our content fresh. We need to update and deliver through all sorts of different channels. That's why we have not just the games, but also the different physical products. We have the animation, shorts, we have books and comics and everything. And we see our business more as a service, as being more about services than products. So for example, the games, you buy them once, but then you can continuously get free updates to them. So that is how we want to look at our products. And of course, you know, that all comes back to working towards high retention and engagement in everything that we do. The games themselves are also a key channel of communication to the fans, because in the game pause screens we can basically deliver any messages that we like to our fans, and it's a very strong cross-promotional platform for us between our different products as well. And the games, of course, they are there to create a forward-leaning and engaging experience, and that is very powerful, because you know you have the game close in front of you and you're interacting with the characters so constantly that really creates a very different feel for the fans. And the characters themselves then are, of course, what sets apart the game from other games. There is a lot of refinement being done with the game mechanics and so on, but you know, without having characters that fans can really connect with, it would be just another physics puzzler. And well, the question then is, how do you create a deeper connection between the fans and your characters? Well, I'd say that one of the ways to do it is through producing more engaging storylines, and we do that with our animation. And the animation productions have been a part of the Angry Birds success story from the very beginning. The Angry Birds cinematic trailer came out just a couple of months after the release of the first game, and already, you know, racked up a huge number of views back in spring 2010. We had, I think a while ago, we crossed 80 million views on YouTube for this one video, but already then, you know, the signs were evident that people really liked the short, and it was the first cinematic trailer for a mobile game back then. Of course, after that success, a couple of more shorts were produced, and because the fan interest was showing no signs of diminishing, it was pretty obvious that there's actually a business case for us here. And the proper steps were then taken. Rovio acquired the animation studio that was responsible for the first shorts, which was called Studio Combo from downtown Helsinki. And with those 18 people, we then set out to build something that has now turned into a full-fledged animation studio of over 70 people. We are the biggest animation studio in Scandinavia and among the big ones in Europe. And that has happened in just the last 1.5 years. Well, you can ask a question of why do you want to go through all of that trouble of having in-house production? Well, for us, actually, the main goal is not production in and of itself, but really keeping control of stories and of the design process. And we, as a company, we don't have anything else than these characters and a lot of talented people, so it's up to us to really take good care of both of them. And of course, you can always sell a license to your IP to another producer, but we view it as the imperative for maintaining the brand integrity is to have total control of stories and design. And that said, of course, we do work with external teams for scalability. Most of the things we do, we still do in-house, but when we work with external teams, the focus is always that we retain design and story creative tasks with us. And we've had the pleasure of working with a couple of Asian teams in the past as well. There's a lot of talent out here that we've only begun to tap, and we're looking forward to cooperating more in the future. And a good example of those skills was the Angry Birds Star Wars cinematic trailer that we worked with a South Korean studio to bring to our fans. And let's have a look at how that turned out. Please roll video. But one thing I also wanted to mention here at a conference called the TV Forum is our take on animated content that is a bit different from that of a lot of companies that are focused, for example, on producing TV series, which is that, even after the rise of the number of various specialty TV channels, still on TV, your competition is still reasonably or relatively limited. But then when you look at our fans who live in an online world, there's exponentially more competition out there, and that you're just looking at the hours and hours of YouTube content that's uploaded there all the time. You look at all the possible SVOD options. You even have the games in the same device. There's so much more competing on that same screen, for the same screen time. And in order to make our content pop out from there, and really make it rewatchable and standing the test of time, we really have to focus on quality in everything that we do, whether it's the games or in this case the animation. And internally we actually don't refer to our projects as videos or virals, but really as good old short films, because that has to be the kind of mindset that goes into crafting each one of these shorts. And the entertainment industry in general used to be about scarcity and about limited distribution, controlling that distribution. But nowadays it's all about communicating with fans and being present on all platforms, constantly being in contact with your fans and updating all of the offerings that you have out there. So we believe that it's whether it's a single short film or the series, we need to be where our fans are, because it doesn't make any sense for us to sit on top of a mountain and let them come to us. We need to be available for them, and really we want to be present on all possible screens, whether it's smartphones, tablets, smart TVs, online, everywhere. And that is our goal, to build our own network of different content outlets. And that has also been one of the goals that me and my colleagues have been pursuing here at the Asia TV Forum. And we've been talking to a lot of interested broadcaster partners here, and we're always happy to talk with anyone who wants to think big with us. And it's been a really great pleasure to be at this event. And basically this wraps up my presentation part. Let's watch one more video for fun and then have some Q&A. Please roll video. There was a possibility for submitting questions, and also there's going to be the possibility of taking some from the floor. Okay, there's the first one. Strategy to expand your user base in other parts of Asia, for example, India. Well, as just outlined, we're definitely looking at being on all screens in all territories. So one of the things we're looking at is the opportunity for broadcast partnerships. The other ways are then, of course, to build our online offerings into even more accessible and easy to access ways. With a huge fan base all over the world, would Rovio like to exploit the IP of Angry Birds to a full feature-length animated movie by co-producing with any animated companies in the Asia region? Well, definitely the feature film has been talked about every now and then. We are still in the development phase on that, and we'll be updating on our progress in due time. For now, if you want to talk about more specifics, I'm always at your disposal. So please come and talk to me if you think that you're also thinking big like we do. All right? If that's all, then I thank you all for coming.